ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. And you're watching the American on ESPN. A couple weeks ago, big matchup, USF and North Texas. It was close for a while, Reedy, and then all of a sudden, USF blasting out 4 touchdowns in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, explosive. North Texas was in this game, but USF can score so quickly. Byron Brown, their all-everything quarterback. Weapons galore, and everyone wants to talk about USF's offense, and rightfully so, but that defense is really good. They can make a ton of plays. They made plays in this game, so both offensively and defensively took over this game late.
They blew it open to win it 63-36 in our all-state playoff predictor, and you think it had North Texas won that game, it would have been flip-flop there in terms of the percentage and a chance to reach the playoffs.
Absolutely, but you look at this 6 schools, 4 are from the American, so there's no doubt whoever comes out as the champion of the American Conference, very good chance of making the CFP playoffs.
And how about what Eric Morris has done this year here? It's a team that is breaking some records and trying to make some history tonight for North Texas.
You know, an offensive-minded coach calls the play, can score a lot of points, always could, brings in Skylar Cassie, new defensive coordinators, helped them a lot.
Tim Albin, as we said, his first season at Charlotte after those 20-plus years at Ohio, where they did such an amazing job with that program, along with Frank Solich back in the day.
Got to rebuild it. A lot of injuries this year. How about 14 starters have been hurt for Charlotte this year? It's hard to overcome. They just got to play hard.
Kali Anguma to kick off here for North Texas. They won the toss. They have deferred. And Charlotte, a team that's had a lot of kickoff returns, unfortunately, this season, Reedy, as Derek Ely watches it go out of bounds. They've actually averaged 23 yards per return, which is second in the American, but now they'll have excellent field position as this kickoff goes out of bounds.
Yeah, not what Eric Morris wanted to see, just an error by your kicker. You can't do that, so excellent field position for Charlotte to start this game.
Matt Overton, our referee here tonight, and Grayson Loftus comes out for the 49ers. Remember, Connor Harrell hurt out for the year with a knee injury, the original starting quarterback, now the transfer from Duke, and Grayson Loftus.
And he's an accurate pocket passer. He's thrown some interceptions this year that he wishes he could have back, but he can make all the throws. Big, strong quarterback is Loftus.
Opening play from scrimmage for Charlotte as they hand it off to Jariel Cobb. And not much happening there as Davion Armstead makes the tackle for North Texas. So Cobb getting the start today, Rainey, and it's been real tough for the running backs for the 49ers.
Well, you got to hold on to the ball first and foremost.
Yep.
Cobb's a true freshman, was playing in high school last year at this time. Mentally tough, they told us, and he's got excellent speed as well.
Second down for Charlotte. Keeper, Loftus. Good room up the middle, and he dives close to the first down. Going to be about 1.5 yards shy here, and 3rd and short coming up.
Great read by Grayson Loftus there. Puts it in the belly, pulls it, and you saw that defensive end, Ethan Day, 90, come across his face. Excellent job by Loftus. Square the shoulders, get upfield. Now you're back on schedule here, 3rd and short.
Third and about 1.5 here for Charlotte. Cobb, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Trey Fields and company are going to stop him from gaining the first down, and it's going to be 4th and 1, and the punt team is coming off.
And that hurts because, you know, against a prolific offense like North Texas, you got to get first downs, and you see Trey Fields, number 6, the middle linebacker, shoots through there, hits Cobb in the backfield, and just nowhere to go. Very aggressive North Texas defense.
So here's Bronson Long, the punter for Charlotte. Back to return Landon Sides, and he'll call it the fair catch at the 20-yard line. And that's tough if you're Charlotte, because it's exactly what they were hoping for, getting into 3rd and manageable, right? I mean, it was 1 yard, 1.5, and you just couldn't execute.
Your best defense against a really good offensive team is keeping the ball away from them. You get a chance to get a first down in the opening drive of the game, you got to take advantage of it. They couldn't do it there.
Only 1 minute and 43 seconds off the clock, and the North Texas offense is on the field. And Drew Mestemaker, who you mentioned in the open, the redshirt freshman from Austin, Texas. An incredible season that he is having for a team that is scoring the most points on average per game in the nation. 45 points on average. A swing out pass to Hawkins. And there he goes down the sideline. Caleb Hawkins, not only is he a great running back, Brady, as you talked about a few moments ago, he does a great job catching balls like that.
And we highlighted him in the open. That's his 18th reception on the year out of the backfield. Tremendous blocking on the perimeter. Great job. Love to see it out there. Tight end Trey Williams was out there, number 6.
20 yards on the reception. He's had a long of 68 this year through the air. Here's Mestemaker's pass over the middle is caught, and the receiver Landon Sides for a first down, and just like that in the Charlotte territory.
And you're going to call a bunch of different names out tonight for North Texas. Mestemaker does a nice job spreading the ball around.
That's a 19-yard reception, and look how fast they're going. Play action, Mestemaker stepping up in the pocket, airing it out for Cameron Dorner, and he's got it! It's a touchdown, North Texas! Wow, 41 yards.
Yeah, Dorner, the former Division II player, that's really a one-handed catch. Outstanding. You know, Dwight Boodle, 11, was in pretty good coverage, little hand fighting there, but great job by Dorner to locate the ball, come back, get that left arm in there and make that catch. And oh, by the way, pretty good throw by Drew Mestemaker there, putting it up there and letting Dorner go, make that catch.
That was incredible. Kali Anguma, perfect for his extra points in his career. 94 for 94, and it's 7-0 North Texas. That happened fast. We'll be back. Welcome back. Big day here on Saturday. SEC on ABC. Triple header. Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Then you got Alabama, South Carolina. And how about Texas A&M? Off to their best 7-game start since 1994. Highest national ranking since 95. And they take on LSU in the nightcap.
That's a huge game for LSU. I mean, the SEC on ABC lineup's phenomenal each and every week.
Well, speaking of phenomenal, it's the North Texas offense. Only took them 50 seconds, Reedy. What's going on here? As this kickoff is going to be taken out here by Derek Ely. Ely with a little bit of a hole across the 30 and across the 35-yard line. Good job there on the return to set up Charlotte, but 37-yard return, but it's been a struggle offensively, obviously, for the 49ers this season, Reedy, as you look at some of the numbers.
Well, you know, you talked about it. When you lose your starting quarterback, Connor Hell, who I think was just kind of getting into his stride in that Rice game. You lose him, and then you lose a bunch of other people. Johnny King, their captain, a center, you lose him. A lot of pieces are missing there, and now young guys need to step up, and you got to fight through it.
Loftus to the outside, Sean Brown. He's got it for a short pickup. Davion Armstead, another tackle for North Texas.
And Sean Brown's one of those receivers. He's a veteran. He's been banged up. Healthy now, is a vertical threat, can make things happen. It's good to get him going early.
Second down and 4 for Charlotte. Nicholas in motion. It's a fake to him. Loftus. And nobody home there. Trying to get it to Jake Young, the tight end. 3rd and 4 on the left.
But just really good coverage on the back end by North Texas. Trey Fields, the linebacker, running with him. There was a DB over the top. Just nowhere really for Loftus to fit that ball in.
Last time they had 3rd down and a yard. Now 3rd and 4. Their percentage on the season, 41%.
Yeah, not great, but this is... I know it's early, but North Texas can score so quickly. You got to get this first down here, Charlotte.
No doubt. Cobb in the backfield. Loftus. 3rd and 4 with time to the outside. The catch is made. First down by E.J. Mason.
Yeah. Nice throw by Loftus. Mason's just going to run the out route. Good route. There was a cushion there. Loftus saw it, put it on him, and a much-needed first down for the 49ers.
That's a gain of 11. 1st and 10 now from the North Texas 48. It's Cobb. And a good run there inside the 45-yard line. That's been the area where they have struggled this year, the running back position. You got to have that on
first down. Offenses that struggle, I always talk about first down. Everyone wants to talk third down conversions. It's what you do on first down that sets that drive up. So when you can get 4 or 5 yards on first down, you're ahead of the chains and you're in good position. That's a good run there.
Second down now. Loftus pitches it out here to Cobb. Trying to get some blocks as he gets inside of the 40-yard line, and he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy again of a first down. So if there's an area that North Texas has to be a little bit better in, it's the rush defense reading.
Yeah, giving up over 200 yards a game. You see it's 126 in the nation. That's been their bugaboo. We talked to defensive coordinator Skylar Cassidy, but I said our run fits need to be better. We need to get to our gaps. We'll see how they do tonight, but another chance for Charlotte to get another first down here.
Yeah, second time they've already had 3rd and short. Didn't convert it the first time. 3rd and 1 now. Can they get this? Loftus taking a shot down the sideline. It's caught. What a catch by Sean Brown.
How about the throw by Grayson Loftus? One-on-one on the outside. Beautiful ball, outside shoulder, excellent route by Brown. And I love the shot here because offensive coordinator Todd Fitch, they were going to go for it on 4th down if they didn't get that reception, but they get it anyway. Big home run ball, 32 yards.
Yes, absolutely. 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line here. Keeper Loftus, and will go nowhere. Be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I agree with you. That's what I was thinking. Yep. Okay, hey, if we don't get it, fine. 4th and 1, we're going for it. But maybe they got him off guard a little, right? What a great play.
I think they did, right? I think they maybe might have been expecting a little run there instead. We get one-on-one on the outside, take a shot with it, and Brown makes a big catch. You got to finish it off now if you're Charlotte.
Well, you see it. 68% scoring in the red zone, one of the worst in the nation. So this would be huge for them and their confidence early on after giving up 7 points to North Texas in just 50 seconds. This is Charlotte's 8th play of the drive here on 2nd and goal from the 7. Loftus, it's caught on the sideline. It's going to be a short pickup by Cobb. And David Fisher pushes him out.
And Tim Elbin knows in a game like this, you need touchdowns. It's not field goals. Right. You need touchdowns. So when you're down here, you got to put it in the end zone.
Well, what do you like here on 3rd and goal? 7-yard line.
Yeah, Loftus is a pretty good athlete. I like maybe getting him outside of the pocket. He's got 3 receivers to the left. Give him a chance maybe to run the ball as well if the receiver's not there.
49ers 2 of 3 on 3rd down so far tonight. Loftus to the end zone, overthrown. They're looking for the flag. There are 9. It was Sean Brown, the intended target, and Fisher again on coverage.
So they go trips left, right? And then it's one-on-one on that other side. That's where they went. Try to go a little back shoulder to Sean Brown. Little contact by David Fisher, but I thought it was pretty good coverage. Hands are on there, but you're not grabbing, you're not turning them. It's good defense there by Fisher.
All right, so Liam Boyd is on to attempt the field goal here. It's a 24-yarder to get Charlotte on the board. And it's good. So nice drive by the 49ers. But they trail it now 7-3 first quarter. Back to Charlotte after this.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Welcome back to Charlotte. The last time that North Texas had the ball, the first time tonight, only took them 50 seconds, Randy, and it got to the end zone.
Well, there's a reason why you average 45 points a game, and you've scored more than 30 in every game this season, and, explosive 3 plays, 80 yards, 50 seconds. That's a pretty good start.
All right, so we'll see if Charlotte can do a better job defensively here on the second offensive possession for North Texas. But speaking of offense, I thought they did a pretty good job.
No, listen, obviously you want touchdowns, but you got to get points out of that drive. They did. But, going back to North Texas, Mike, we talked to offensive coordinator Jordan Davis. I always ask points of emphasis, right? What you want your offense to do. Number one thing was start fast. I think 3 plays, 80 yards, 50 seconds, touchdown. That constitutes a fast start.
Yeah, I think they're doing what they want so far. Back to return, you see Simeon Evans along with Dalton Carnes as Liam Boyd kicks off here for Charlotte after a 10-play, 57-yard drive, capped off at a 24-yard field goal. I mean, they have to be excited about moving the football, right? Converting third downs, all things that have plagued them this season.
Yeah, and we talked about it. They know they're playing, the best scoring offense in the nation. So again, your best defense is helping your defense out with your offense, taking time off the clock, getting first downs, and getting points. And so Charlotte did a nice job that last possession.
It's tough. I mean, this North Texas team, look at it. First, as you said, in the nation in points per game, 41 total touchdowns. And what surprises me is that 121 times have plays that are 10 or more, and that's not even in the top 10. Which is crazy. Here's a catch on the outside by Terrence Lewis, and he breaks free down the sideline as he fumbles the ball out of bounds. Randy Franklin hit him, but it's going to be a first down for the Mean Green.
Well, good fundamentals from the young, true freshman wide receiver. The ball's in the outside hand. That's where you want it. This way, if it gets knocked out and fumbles, it goes out of bounds.
Well, maybe by the end of the night, they will be in the top 10 and plays over 10 yards. That was another 16-yard game.
I think all 4 plays tonight have been over 10 yards.
Right.
All 4.
Yep. 5th play of the night for North Texas. 1st and 10 at the 41, and that's also going to be over 10 as Wyatt Young makes the catch. Or excuse me, Lewis again on the catch for the first down. Terrence Lewis.
And the thing you'll notice from North Texas is how many young players they have at these skill positions all over the place. Running backs, wide receiver, and of course, Drew Mestemaker, the quarterback, is a redshirt freshman.
It's crazy. Lewis is a true freshman. Hawkins, the running back, true freshman. You talked about Young as a sophomore. Dorner, who had the touchdown reception, is a senior. Made an incredible one-handed grab. Mestemaker's pass dropped over the middle. That's Wyatt Young that time. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. I mean, Wyatt Young had 3 touchdowns last week.
Yeah. And the thing for Charlotte, defensive coordinator Nate Famas, you got to dial up some type of pressure, because if you give Mestemaker time in a clean pocket, he's gonna chew you up back there.
He's averaging 265 yards of offense per game through the air. Now flags fly.
Yeah, and that was Johnny Dixon, 54 for North Texas. He's one of their vocal leaders, very twitchy up there, been playing well. Just kind of rocked back there, started a little quick.
So 2nd down after the penalty. And the give here is going to be Cobb or Hawkins, brought down by Shockley. Zion Shockley for Charlotte. The defense there, also Curtis Simpson.
And 32 Curtis Simpson's one of those freshmen that they told us, listen, we're really banged up at the defensive line. We're going to be playing 4 freshmen up there in that rotation, and Curtis Simpson is one of them.
And it's now 3rd down and 15 here for North Texas. From the 46, Mestemaker flushed out, running out of room. Oh, wide open man down the field. It's dropped by Lewis. Terrence Lewis broke free and dropped what would have been a touchdown.
The pressure was good defensively. Forced Mestemaker out of the pocket, rolling to his left, and then there's a breakdown in the secondary. And the receiver's wide open. And he's just thinking about going into the end zone. It just doesn't secure the ball.
Would have been a 54-yard touchdown. I mean, how do you get this open?
Yeah, I mean, the corner just released Lewis down the sideline. There was no safety help, and he just dropped it. Big break for Charlotte.
So Sawyer Evans is going to punt here for the first time tonight. And a fair catch called for by Nicholas. And the 49ers will be back on offense. 7-3. Could have been worse, though. Lewis from Mestemaker dropping a potential TD. 4-point game still from Charlotte. Welcome back to College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. North Texas by 4, but here's the last drive for Charlotte, where they converted 2 third downs on this last possession.
Yeah, do it again. Nice job, right? Mixture of pass and run. Get Sean Brown, your big receiver, involved. And, you go for the touchdown hit of Brown. You don't get it, but you got to come out of there with some points, so you kick the field goal.
10-play drive, 57 yards, capped off by the 24-yard field goal. Now they have it 1st and 10 at their own 16. Get this drive going here, and this is Cobb. Ethan Day on the tackle for North Texas. We were told it was going to be Cobb a lot tonight, the true freshman for North Texas, because of the fumbling issues that for 49ers.
Correct. Yeah. And you're at that point in the season, right? Let's play some young kids. Let's get them some experience. Let them see what they can do, and that's what Tim Melvin's doing.
2nd and 8. A nice catch in the sideline here. That's Brown again.
Yeah, really nice route. By Brown, watch him come back. Little toe tap here. Great situational awareness where he is on the field. Good throw and a good catch, and now another 3rd and short.
Yeah, look, they're moving the football here. I mean, totally manageable to get another 1st down on 3rd down and 1 from their own 25. Nicholas in motion. Take a look at that line there for North Texas. Here they come. Loftus, catch is made. Nicholas has got it 1st down across the 40, dragged down by Fisher, but another 3rd down conversion for Charlotte. 3 for 5 tonight.
Terrific route by Javen Nicholas. It's just a little option route. He comes, turns out, back in. Really nice, good recognition by Loftus, and then the run after the catch. Great job, Javen Nicholas.
Transfer out of LSU. 35th catch of the season.
Played 26 games in his career at LSU. He's a good receiver.
Fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10 for Charlotte. Play fake, Loftus. Looking deep again, has a man, and he's dropped by Derek Ely. So each team has had a long ball that could have went for 6.
And it was just a little weird because Charlotte had 2 receivers pretty close, and you saw that defensive back for North Texas, Colin Lewis, come off his receiver, and that's what Derek Ely saw, and he kind of saw him come off and then dropping the ball.
Had he grabbed that, though, when they converged, he would have went the distance.
Yeah.
Before the play, timeout, Mean Green. We're gonna need 2 drops tonight, 1 for each team, totaling over 100 yards, because one would have went for a 50-yard touchdown. That would have been a 40. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're Charlotte and you're struggling, right, in a season, struggling to score, struggling to make big plays, the drops hurt you a lot more than they hurt North Texas.
Right. But not a bad start here for Charlotte. I mean, this is their game plan coming in. Like you said, they had to keep their defense off the field. They've gotten a few 1st downs. They have moved the football.
And one of the points that, they told the players is, listen, let's go out there, let's play. Let's weather the storm. Let's be mentally strong. And so you give up a touchdown in 3 plays, and you think, Charlotte's like, here we go again. No. They answered. They came back, got a field goal. They take advantage of the drop by North Texas. Now let's see if they can convert here. Now, obviously, they just had a big drop themselves.
Second down and 10. Here's Cobb. Good run. Todd Fitz, the offensive coordinator for Charlotte, and to add to what you said about weathering the storm, he also said that progress has been staggered individually by his team because of all the injuries. Like some guys making some headway, getting some time, and then somebody else is out. There just hasn't been the consistency.
Super hard to get any consistency when that happens. You see Todd Fitz been coaching over 35 years, well-traveled.
Now it's a 3rd down and 5 here. Loftus catch is made by Nicholas, and a sliding grab for another first down.
And, you know, Grayson Loftus shows you his arm strength, and he's also recognized the cushion that his receivers are getting on the outside. This is just a pitch and catch, big long throw by Loftus. Another good route by Nicholas. Move the chains.
First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Whistles blow here. Yeah, false start.
And those kill you, right? The unforced penalties, right? The false starts, and when you're moving, as a coach, those are killers.
The Coach Alman's team with 4 first downs tonight, 3 of them coming on third down. So they are executing, but this one sets them back 5. First and 15. Gus McGee there is the tight end on the left side of the O-line, but Loftus rolls out, and the pass is behind Cobb, incomplete. So now this is where things, you know, start to get a little tougher, where Charlotte's probably felt like they've been in more often than not this year.
Yeah.
Second down and 15, you're off schedule.
Well, and that's a play right there. It gets thrown behind the running back, Cobb. You got to make that catch here. It wouldn't be a big gain, but it gets you a little bit closer here on second down.
See how aggressive they are here. Second down and 15. 4 receivers set. North Texas only ends up rushing 3s. They drop one back, and the pass is caught here by E.J. Mason. Makes a nice move after the catch and gets Charlotte into, once again, another manageable third down situation.
Yeah, and again, take what the defense is giving you. You got that cushion, put it right on them, and the run after next. Look, no one's out there. You got a linebacker running into the flat. Can't get there. 13-yard gain.
All right, so now third down and 2.
And this is 4-down territory all day long for Charlotte, I gotta believe.
Well, the last time they took a shot.
Yeah.
On 3rd and 1 to get a great pass all the way down inside the red zone for a first.
And now Charlotte subbed late, so now North Texas has the opportunity. And yeah, Charlotte's gonna have to take a timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was down to 4. All right, so it's gonna be 3rd down and 2. How about Loftus? He's 4 of 5 on 3rd down tonight with 69 passing yards. This looks like a totally different Charlotte team right now that we're watching, by the way.
And they're quick passes, quick routes. I mean, the cushion has been big by North Texas. The receivers breaking those routes off, quick outs, some option routes. He's putting it on them. And to your point earlier, Mike, man, the 3rd down conversions has been excellent for Charlotte.
What about what else we heard from Tim Alvin yesterday and how difficult it is, right? You know, coming in as a first year. I know nobody seems to get any time anymore, you know, but it's like, hey, man, it's his first season, a new staff, a lot of new players, and a lot of injuries.
And we talked about it. 17 players hurt. 14 were starters at one point. 46 different players total have started. It's just hard. You know, you take over the first year. The roster retention's hard for these coaches because everyone jumps to the portal. A lot going against you.
So far, not too bad here tonight. 3rd down and 2, 2:03 remaining first quarter. Loftus, it's a keeper, and he's hit and almost kind of spun forward with the tackle for the first down. Let's see if he's going to be a little bit shy as Evan Jackson made the tackle. And you said it, Rini, 4-down territory, and they're going to stay on the field.
Yeah, and I think Wazlowski, the linebacker, was there as well, and they almost threw him forward, but he fought for it. But, yeah, there's no doubt. This is that tweener land, long field goal. Again, field goals aren't winning this game.
Nope.
You need to score touchdowns. You got to go for it here.
All right, so here we go, 4th and 1. Nicholas in motion. Cobb in the backfield. 10th play of the drive again. Loftus, the pass is caught over the middle, and running right to the end zone for the touchdown is Nicholas.
Hello, Charlotte. Look at those man-to-man coverage. Davion Armstead, number 2, was lined up on Javen Nicholas. He beats him off the line. He thinks he's gonna run an out route. Comes back inside, quick slant. The throw by Loftus, and what a touchdown by Charlotte.
What Charlotte team is this? 10 plays, 84 yards, 442, and converting on 4th down for the touchdown, 33 yards to Nicholas.
Love the play call, a little switch route, then an option as Nicholas goes out, back inside. Good throw by Loftus, and he takes it to the house.
An incredible route. You called it. How about that move?
Well, and Armstead was worried about, okay, I got to get over the top of the receiver that just crossed me because it's 4th down. They're going to run an out route. Miles Burris, 88, clears it, but then Nicholas comes back inside to that slant. Boy, Loftus puts it on him, and he's able to take it in for the touchdown.
Tim Albin's team is now on top, 10-7. They've had 2 10-play drives already tonight, resulting in points, a field goal first, and now a touchdown. And they lead it by 3 here in the first quarter. This is not what anyone expected here tonight. And North Texas now knows, oh, we're in a little bit of a battle here.
They've clearly weathered the storm early, right? 3-play drive by North Texas for a touchdown. And we'll take a look at the all-22 of that last play. You got everyone in the box. Look at all 11 guys are within 5 yards. You see Nicholas in the slot. You see Burris clear it, and then, boy, that option route, he goes out. Armstead says, man, I got to get there or else he's going to get the first down. And then Nicholas comes right back, crosses his face. Excellent play call by offensive coordinator Todd Fitch, and even better execution by the offense, particularly Loftus and Nicholas.
And so now North Texas back to work here, down by 3 from their own 25-yard line. Hawkins, and finally the 49ers are able to limit him to a short pickup, and North Texas in general, because they've been getting chunk plays tonight of 10+ yards.
And it's been all through the pass game, so now they're going to go up-tempo, a little run there.
Play action, Mestamaker, pressure as he gets rid of it, and the catch is made. And he's got Hawkins, and he has the first down up to the 35-yard line. Let's see if they give it to him. Looked like he was right at the marker. Should be enough.
Yeah, he's going to have it. He needed to get to 35. He did. You know, Mestamaker shows you his strength, because it looks like he was going to get knocked off balance there. Was still able to throw it out there to Hawkins. And then the hardest thing to do is tackle a skill player in space. He's able to fight through his Hawkins to get that first down.
1st and 10, 35-yard line again. Hawkins. How about the story on Hawkins, right? A true freshman from Shawnee, Oklahoma, and a guy who has been a huge addition in the running pass game.
Tremendous athlete, was a long jumper in high school, 24-foot long jump. It's pretty explosive.
All right, Friday night, college football primetime here tonight from Charlotte, North Texas. Huge favorite in this game, but it's the 49ers that are going to take a 10-7 lead into the second quarter when we return on this Friday night. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. In the American here on this Friday night, Mike Corey, Reedy and Golia, 10-7 Charlotte after the first quarter. And how about this, Reedy? The last time Charlotte led in a ball game this season was September 18th in the second quarter versus Rice.
That was 4 games ago. That was the game that Connor Hill got injured in.
Right.
So, yeah, I love the way, if you're a Charlotte fan, you love the way they've come out and started this game tonight.
22 plays for Charlotte, 11 for North Texas here as Mestamaker is back to work for the Mean Green and has a first down across midfield, and the catch made that time by Dorner, who has the touchdown reception tonight.
And if you're Charlotte, there's no doubt you saw UAB upset Memphis last week, right? Which no one thought that was going to happen. Big underdogs like Charlotte is tonight. So you just come out and play. You never know. Long way to go, though, but they start this game very nicely.
Well, and North Texas is not going to get worried. There's no doubt as Sibley is in now. Kiefer Sibley, the running back, a sophomore, brought down by C.J. Clinkscales Jr. And they move fast here. They scored their touchdown in only 50 seconds. Now, Mestemaker's pass dropped by Young. That's the second time tonight. I know it was a little off timing there, but another drop.
It's the second drop for Young. He usually catches those balls, and of course, the big drop from Lewis.
Right, they've had 3 tonight. What do you do with the one hand?
Yeah, and that's, you got, God gave you 2. Put that other one out there. I know it's behind you. Catch it, and you probably get that first down. Now you're 3rd and short here, but dare I say, 4-down territory here for North Texas as well.
From the Charlotte 41-yard line, Young is in motion. Mestemaker to his direction. He makes the catch, but he's going to be tackled shy of the first. And that's Dylan Womack who makes the play, the true freshman for Charlotte, stopping what would have been a first down.
And Dylan Womack, they told us about him. I had to write him on my chart, but they're going to go quick here on 4th down.
And they're going to hand it off to Sibley, and he's going to have the first down. And Charlotte saying no, but Kiefer Sibley, this is his 4th game of the season, and a first down run for the Mean Green.
And you got to be ready, right? They don't get it on 3rd, but they are fast to the line of scrimmage. That puts stress on the defense. They're able to run it and pick it up pretty easy.
Something they practice, obviously, right? They're like, oh, no, they already knew about that, and they went and they got it. Now Hawkins is back in the backfield. And North Texas has a 1st and 10 from the Charlotte 37. And a few there on the ground to the 35 by Hawkins. He's over 500 yards rushing now on the season with 7 rushing touchdowns, also a receiving touchdown as well.
6 foot, 200 pounds, great frame for a true freshman, very mature, excellent athlete that we talked about, really good hands, kind of that every down back that you love to have.
10th play of the drive now coming here for North Texas, and Mestemaker sacked. Shea Taylor, the linebacker.
And Shea Taylor is one of those coaches on the field. Came with Coach Albin and defensive coordinator Nate Fonis from Ohio. He's a captain, makes the calls, wears the green dot, coach the player communication, and a big-time sack for Shea Taylor.
That is a loss of 8 on the play. He's got 1.5 sacks now in the season, and here is North Texas, who's 0 for 2 on 3rd down and facing a 3rd and 16. Mestemaker tripped up, well shy of the first. Jarrell Liverpool makes the tackle for Charlotte. Now what are we thinking here?
Well, I think they were just trying to get back in the field goal range. They couldn't do it. You're in that tweener land where you really don't want to punt it, because if it goes in the end zone, so even though it's 4th and long, I think he's going to go for it here.
It's 4th down and 9 from the Charlotte 36. Timeout, Charlotte. We will return. 4th and 9, Mean Green after this. Week 8 in the NFL started off with Sunday NFL Countdown. Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the app. All the stories, injuries, previews, and more right up until kickoff. Just saw Norm the Niner right there. They see if the 49ers could stop North Texas right now, faced with a 4th down and 9.
Keep an eye on number 10, Wyatt Young. I know he's had a couple drops. He's in the slot to the field side. Got a feeling Mestemaker may look for him here.
4th and 9, North Texas. Mestemaker pressure, throws it incomplete. Looking that time for Dorner, and they turn it over on downs, and it's Charlotte ball.
And he actually had Dorner there. The timing was a little off. Looks like they could have possibly gotten it, but when it's 4th and 9, it's hard to get that timing right. Much different than like a 4th and 4. As you see Dorner come out of that break, Mestemaker had already released the ball, but that timing was off. But what a stand by the Charlotte defense.
An incredible stand. I mean, that was a 12-play drive, Reedy, for North Texas, 39 yards in 4 minutes and 41 seconds, and they come up with nothing. And you see the first 3 drives for the 49ers here tonight. After being stalled, they got a field goal, they got a touchdown, and now what? They take a shot. Loftus going deep, looking for Nicholas. He has it. It's a touchdown, Jaden Nicholas. Heads up.
Javen Nicholas from the slot just runs by Quentin Hammonds, the nickel. Evan Jackson, 3, the safety comes over the top. But I will take the speed of Javen Nicholas against the nickel and safety. He splits him with speed, and what a throw once again by Grayson Loftus.
The previous long for a catch for Nicholas this year was 31. This one was 64 yards for the touchdown. And he is on a tear here tonight. And the Charlotte 49ers, 25-plus point underdogs, lead it by 10. How about what we've seen so far tonight?
I mean, if you're a Charlotte fan, you're ecstatic right now. And, you know, how big, going back to earlier in the game, that drop by Terrence Lewis from North Texas. If he catches that ball where he was wide open, they're up 14-0 in this game. He drops it. Instead, Charlotte gets momentum and comes back and now leads this thing 17-7.
Correct. It would have been a 54-yard touchdown to make it 14-0. Instead, they punt. Charlotte gets a field goal. Then they get some stops, and then they get a touchdown, and then they just had another touchdown. I mean, let's see what happens here on the return first from Evans for North Texas. Still on his feet and across the 30-yard line. On the other side, Grayson Loftus, Reedy, the quarterback for Charlotte, his last 3 pass attempts, 3 for 3 for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's got that gunslinger mentality. And listen, when the season hasn't gone your way and you're 1-6, let's go out there, let's throw it around, let's have some fun, let's go win a game, let's go upset a team.
Yeah, they were actually working on his finger during the timeout there. It looked like got a little blood on it. Just kind of
tough kid. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, look at his stats tonight. 10 of 14, 194, and the 2 TDs. And it was all about Drew Mestemaker coming in for the North Texas Mean Green. They had all the highlights and the numbers this season, and now he finds himself trailing by 10. That pass is caught, and at the 45-yard line by Dorner for the first down, Gavin Shipman makes the tackle.
And in all fairness, the Mestemaker early in this game, he's had a few drops. His receivers have dropped some balls on him.
North Texas has now Dorner jumping over tacklers, gets another first down here. Jumped over Randy Franklin that time for Charlotte.
Yeah, and we talked about Dorner, played Division II Shepherd. They love this kid. You know, you come from Division II, you get a little chip on your shoulder. He's athletic, can make catches, good hands. Love that type of player.
First down and 10, 2 first down plays in a row here. Mestemaker, pressure, he's sacked again. It's the second time tonight. Reed Williford.
Williford's like an Iron Man. Last year played 767 snaps for Charlotte. A leader of this team. He's been here a long time. And I love the fact that defensive coordinator Nate Vaughn has said, I'm going to dial up some pressure. And he told us, we're going to give Mestemaker different looks. He's still a young quarterback. We're going to blitz some. We're going to drop 8 some. We're going to try to change it up on him.
Williford is the leading tackler on this team now as Mestemaker's pass over the middle is caught. He's got Dalton Carnes for the first down reception. Prior to that, great defensive play. They only had 6 sacks coming in, by the way. Charlotte, they got 2 tonight.
You can't blink against North Texas. I mean, they go so fast, negative play, then boom, down the seam. Now here we go again.
Right back to work. And once again, it is Carnes on the sideline, makes the first man miss inside the 10. He's going to set up first and goal. Womack makes the tackle, and that's how fast that North Texas can get back on the score.
And they're going to go quick again. Dalton Carnes, good route, a lot of cushion, good throw by Mestemaker, and right there, they're on the ball.
It's a 20-yard gain here. They keep it on the ground. Miles on the tackle here against Hawkins.
You know, that offensive line for North Texas isn't getting that push up front that they're normally accustomed to with Caleb Hawkins. Good job on a defensive front for Charlotte.
Well, North Texas has been awesome inside the red zone, as you see the numbers, but how about the way they have held Hawkins in check tonight? 5 carries, 13 yards for number 24 for the Mean Green. 2nd and goal here. Mestemaker to the end zone, overthrown. He wanted Young. Or Lewis that time.
And that's a miss. He had him.
Yep.
They're on the outside. They run what's called a switch route. One receiver goes in, one goes out. If you're Mestemaker, again, still a young quarterback, just take an extra beat there, an extra count, and that's an easy touchdown pass, an easy pitch and catch. That was a miss there.
Kiefer Sibley comes back into the backfield, 21 for the Mean Green, who are 0 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. 4 of 7 is Charlotte. You would have felt like those numbers have been flip-flop, but now it's 3rd and goal here for North Texas. Movement.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Well, the problem there is the offensive line is down over the ball too long. Mestemaker wanted his receivers farther out. He wanted a wider split, so he's telling them move out and move out. Took a couple seconds, play clock's running down. Everyone gets a little nervous, and you get a little illegal snap by Yanta, the center.
See Johnny Dixon there, 54, Yanta, the center. Ugana Nana, 71 in there as well. This offensive line for North Texas, and now with a 3rd down and goal, backed up after the penalty. Mestemaker running out of time. And it is caught out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, Phil Judge was quick to say it was incomplete. And you got to kick a field goal here.
Let's see. Shea Taylor had the pressure that time, and Mestemaker, it's dropped, excuse me.
Yeah, not even close, but
no.
Tough to see.
We got blocked. He rolled over with the ball, but it was obviously incomplete. Kali Anguma now for the field goal attempt. 7 of 8 on the season. This is a 29-yarder. His long of the year is from 28. And it is through to close the gap to 7. So Charlotte holds tough inside the red zone, giving up just a 3. It's 17-10. 49ers still lead by 7. Monday Night Football, it's week 8. The Commanders and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes and company trying to get it done at home. And how about the guy who coached Patrick Mahomes when he was at Texas Tech? He was the offensive coordinator during his time there. Eric Morris, now the head coach for the Mean Green.
Yeah, kind of like a quarterback whisperer, if you will.
Yep.
And you know, Mahomes was good at Texas Tech. I don't think anyone realized how good he was going to be.
You're right. Well, that's pretty incredible that he was there at that time and working with one of the all-time greats, Patrick Mahomes, from 2014 to 2016. I mean, how about it?
Well, and Drew Mestemaker saying to Coach Morris, can you give me a little bit, what you gave Patrick Mahomes back at Texas Tech? I'll take a little bit of that, sprinkle a little of that on me.
That's the first 7 starts of the season with Eric Morris, the offensive coordinator when he was at Texas Tech with Mahomes, and now the head coach with Mestemaker. And Mestemaker, 17 touchdowns, coming into tonight, only the 3 interceptions, all in that game against South Florida.
Against USF.
But it's been Charlotte here tonight that is turning some heads here, and they hand it off to Nicholas, and why not? He's been the man tonight with a touchdown grab, and now that huge run where he's finally run out by Patrick Smith-Young, but a big game for Charlotte.
That's like an inside counter buck play we used to call that back in the 80s in Pop Warner, right? You got all the movement going right, and then you have the receiver Nicholas come back underneath for that handoff.
I mean, everybody is completely blowing away numbers that they've had all season long. I mean, Nicholas had 3 rushes for 8 total yards. Then he just rips off 20 here on that one right now. Loftus, and the catch pass dropped, incomplete. Miles Burris had it for the moment, but incomplete.
And really, the offensive line for Charlotte, who's kind of banged up, right? They've been banged up all year, losing guys. Nice job in this game thus far, giving Grayson Loftus time to throw. And then a lot of those pass plays have been on-time, quick deliveries.
Second down. Loftus, and he's going to be taken down this time. North Texas there with Jalen Durgan, who makes the tackle.
And just when I say they've been protected, don't give them time.
Right.
They give up a sack, so there you go.
So third down now at 14. Charlotte's last 2 drives, they had their longest drive of the season, 84 yards, followed by its quickest in 7 seconds, both getting touchdowns. And now 3rd and 14 here. It's going to be Burris, and he's going to be pushed out shy of the first down. Quinton Hammonds.
And even North Texas, you'll give them that all day long. A little pushing and shoving in the backfield. No flags yet.
They're trying to pull their offensive lineman Christos Fernandez away. Says, hey, we don't need any penalties here. It's going to be a punt for Charlotte coming
And
up.
going back to that play, if you're North Texas, you'll give them that throw all day long. 3rd and long, just come up, make sure you make the tackle, knock them out of bounds, force the punt.
Bronson Long here to kick. Landon Sides back to return there. 22 for North Texas. How about that kick? Inside the 10-yard line. Fans for 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's athletic scholarship fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you, Allstate. Fun one here tonight on this Friday night in Charlotte. Great to be back with you as always, Rainier. And it's a 7-point lead here for the 49ers.
And a little surprising, right? Because Charlotte comes to this game, again, a lot of injuries, beat up, big underdogs, and they've come out and played really well in this first half.
And they've got North Texas backed up here inside of their own 10-yard line in this drive, down by 7 with 6:32 to play in the first half. And they're going to give it on the ground here. And it's going to be Hawkins. Again, numbers held in check tonight. Their offense on the ground under 20 yards rushing so far here in this game. 2nd and 5, pressure, Mestemaker, the pass is caught, and he's got Sides, and he's got room across the 40, still on his feet, midfield, cuts it back, Landon Sides. And he's tripped up and finally brought down out of bounds at the 25 by Cary Grant.
And just a little crossing route. Charlotte almost gets to Drew Mestemaker. Curtis Simpson, 32, doesn't. Then he hits Sides, makes the guy miss, and then out the back end he goes. A huge pickup for North Texas.
Such a deflating play. Yeah. They're inside of their own 10-yard line, and they give up 60 yards to Sides. The longest play by North Texas here tonight. Mestemaker already is at 253 passing yards. Ridiculous here. Here's Hawkins, bumps out and gets away from tacklers and has a first down. Caleb Curtin finally with a tackle for Charlotte, and it's 1st and goal.
Talked about that contact balance for Caleb Hawkins going through the hole there. Gets hit, you think, all right, he's gonna get tackled, 2-3 yard game. Balance, bounces it, squares the shoulder, and as you said, 1st and goal.
17-yard pickup. In motion goes Trey Williams, the 3rd, and Mestemaker gets it to him. He's got it, and he's going to be stacked up. Good tackle there by Dwight Boodle, the 2nd.
Trey Williams is one of those hybrid tight ends. 6'3", 229, can run, but good defense there by Boodle to come up and make that tackle.
Hawkins stays in the backfield. 3 receivers set here on 2nd and goal for North Texas. Trying to tie this game up. Mestemaker. Incomplete. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah,
Closest player was C.J. Clinkscales, who had a chance for Charlotte.
I would say more than a little bit of a miscommunication. He thought the receiver was going to break out, and it was Wyatt Young just kind of sitting there doesn't break out, and it goes incomplete. So this Charlotte defense is bent and not break. Can they do it once again?
Yeah, that's going to be huge here if they hold them again. Now they're going to bring in two backs. It's going to be Sibley and Hawkins here for North Texas, to the left and right of Nestemaker on 3rd and goal. Nestemaker, and he flips it to Hawkins, and he's in for the touchdown. That's a great play right there. They're a point away from tying it up.
Yeah, that's the old shovel pass, right? Hawkins comes underneath. You let that aggressive defensive line come upfield. Boom, shovel it right underneath. Excellent job. Good blocking, good push that time by North Texas. And then you give it to your big 200-pound back. Take it in for the score.
That's a great read right there.
Yeah. Great call. Jordan Davis, offensive corner. Eric Morris calls the plays, you know, kind of an offensive savant as the head coach.
But a group that's worked together nicely over the years. Davis and Morris know each other for a while. And
been together a long time, as you said, Mike. I like the call. And you do this against aggressive defensive fronts. You saw 32, Curtis Simpson, come upfield. You let him come up hard. And then you shovel pass, you come right back off his butt underneath, and then you get good push by that offensive line. You got a 200-pound back that's going to be able to square his shoulders and not get stopped. That's an excellent play drive. I mean, 6 plays, 91 yards, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Now North Texas feeling a little better about themselves.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they could score in a variety of ways. And, you know, 91-yard drive, I mean, from starting inside of their own 10-yard line. They got that huge 60-yard pass play, so. But how about Nestemaker? I mean, he comes in averaging 265 yards through the air. He's already got 261 here tonight.
And he had a receiver drop what would have been a 54-yard touchdown.
He would literally have 315 yards passing had that been the case. Instead, he's got 261 with the 2 touchdowns. 7 passes have been by 15 or more yards. Here's Ely on the return for Charlotte. And Derek Ely gets to about the 30.
And we should say Ely was awarded a scholarship a few weeks ago. Just hard-nosed player, local kid. Glad to see that. Love it.
North Texas won the toss, and they had deferred, so they're going to receive the ball to start the second half, so you got to keep that in mind. And if you're Charlotte, they've done a good job of really kind of controlling the clock here tonight. The time of possession, you know, was in their favor crazy. It was like 11-4. Now all of a sudden it's fairly even, 13 minutes to about 12 minutes, but they've got to play this 4:07 out well here and not give it back to North Texas. They go on the ground to Cobb.
And to your point, Mike, North Texas is so explosive. What they're thinking right now is get a stop, get the ball back, and then it's a 2-for-1. Let's score to end the half, and then we get the ball to start the third quarter. Let's go put another one in. So this is a dangerous spot. You know, they talk about the middle 8, they call it. Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. We'll see how this plays out.
Well, and North Texas still has 2 of their timeouts remaining here. So, yeah, if you're Charlotte, you have to get a first down, at least another first down. 2nd and 7. Loftus in the play action to the sideline. The catch is made. What a grab here again. Sean Brown has come up big tonight for this team, and that's exactly what they need.
And it's, you know, if you're a Charlotte fan, you are so happy to see Sean Brown step up. Again, had some injuries that has nagged him in his career, but he's looking good tonight. A veteran, experienced wide receiver out there.
And as you would say here, no real hurry to snap the ball, right? You got to try to take some time off here.
For sure.
Let's see when they do snap it. The play clock's at 15. Well, they almost fumbled it. Bobbling the snap is Loftus, now in trouble, flushed out of the pocket, and it's going to throw it away. Good decision there to avoid what could have been a major loss.
Yeah. Get out of the pocket, throw it away.
Player down for North Texas. That's Jaden Williams, the sophomore defensive tackle. And they come out to attend to him. Going to be 2nd and 10 for Charlotte from their own 45-yard line. Looks like an entirely different Charlotte team here tonight. Great game.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Now with 2:46 to go, can they use the clock? Can they get some points? Can they not get it back to North Texas?
If you're Tim Melvin, what you're thinking right now is obviously you want to go down a score and take the lead at halftime, but at the very least, get into the house 17-17
right
in this game. You know, don't give anything to North Texas where they get really big momentum going in at half.
I'll say this, for the road games for North Texas this season, that's good to see Williams get up. They've been in some fights. They've had to go to overtime in both of their road games this year. At Western Michigan in the second game of the season, they won 33-30. Then they were at Army, fourth game of the year, 45-38 in overtime. This is only their third road game of the season, and they were in a tie ball game here in the first half. I think everybody thought that they were going to be up by like 21 points or something in the first half. That's not the case here, and it's been a really tight first half.
Yeah, and you have to. You know, it's cliche, but it's one game at a time. You can't look ahead. They got Navy next week. You got to flush that. It's all about Charlotte tonight.
The previous play is under review for a potential targeting.
Oh, okay. Let's see what they are going to look at here. Called down from the booth.
Yeah, the booth had a lot of time to look at that play with the injury to Jaden Williams, so we'll see.
I'll say this with Charlotte, you know, they have gained confidence, right, from this first half, the way they played. So you know what it's like, right, Randy, when you go up against a team you know you should beat, and you allow them to hang around and they gain confidence and they make plays. You find yourself in this type of a ball game throughout.
Exactly what UAB did last week to Memphis. And, you know, Tim Elbin's the type of coach, a fighter, and, you know, players take on the personality of coach. So you know they're not giving up on this season. They're going to play hard. For sure.
Okay, so they're looking for a blindside block here on the targeting.
And I think it's Dallas Shirley, the center, number 70, on a crackback.
Right there on the left side of the screen. Is that what you...
Yeah, to me, it's not, what I saw, that's not targeting. His head was up.
All right, so there you go, 70, right there on the right side of your screen now.
So let me let the viewers know this. A blindside block, that defender is considered defenseless. So any forcible contact to the head or neck with an indicator, a launch, something of that manner, would be targeting. I don't see it there. Now, I don't think they didn't call the blindside. That foul can't be created. Only the targeting against. I think this is not going to be targeting.
On the play. It's second down.
Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. You're right. If they wanted to call like a flag, for, you know, but they couldn't. They didn't call it. So there's obviously no targeting on that play.
The only thing the booth could create there was targeting, and there was clearly no targeting, and no flag for a blindside block was thrown.
I actually thought he did get him in front of him. I didn't think there was a blindside block.
I don't either. I think it was a good call just to let it go. Yeah.
So now it's second down and 10. 2:46 to go, Charlotte. They've got one timeout remaining from their own 45. Loftus, and that pass is dropped. Incomplete. And looking that time for Gus McGee, the tight end. Patrick Smith-Young jarred it loose.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
We'll take a look. Remember, you have to have control, a foot down, and then a football move. Yeah, that's incomplete. Now, you heard some of the fans kind of yell because you kind of saw Patrick Smith-Young kind of pick him up. That wasn't enough to constitute a penalty.
Now, and Randy, it's one of those sometimes when you watch it back, you got to just watch it in real speed. When you see it real speed, you're like, no catch.
Slow motion, you can make almost any drop look like a catch.
Right. You freeze it, right?
Yep.
Third and 10. This is a big play here for Charlotte late in this first half. Loftus, and it's incomplete. It was nearly picked off by David Fisher. He wanted Nicholas, and Fisher jumped right in front, almost had a pick. Instead, it's going to be 4th and 10.
Yeah, Fisher was one of the Sam Houston players last year that came over with defensive coordinator Skylar Cassidy. Played it perfectly, but man, there's a reason he's defensive back. The ball hits him, and he drops it, knocks it down, but he's mad because he knows he should have had an interception. I mean, played it perfectly. Ball actually hit him in the face.
So the punt here from Long. Sides is back to return, calls for the fair catch, and does so at the 10-yard line. Last time North Texas had it, they had it at the 9, and they went 91 yards for the touchdown.
And exactly what we talked about in the beginning of that last possession where North Texas get a stop. And now we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. So plenty of time with this. This is an eternity with this offense. Now you want the 2-for-1. You want to score to end this half, and then you get the ball to start the second half.
261 for Mestemaker tonight with 2 touchdowns. It's a first half career high for him, and he has over 2,000 yards passing already this season with 19 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. From the 10-yard line. Here's Young, and the catch, runs into his own guy, then he's going to be held up and tackled down after a short gain of 4.
Tunnel screen. Do we give Johnny Dixon, the right guard, credit for that tackle? Young ran into the big offensive lineman.
See if they get another playoff here before the 2-minute timeout. Not really in a hurry. And they do. 2:01 just in time. Mestemaker's pass caught by Young. And now he's got room and he has a first down. And to be tackled down at the 34-yard line with 1:55 to go here in this first half.
That is the 2-minute timeout.
We will come back. North Texas trying to get a late score here in the first half. We're tied at 17. Thanks very much. We appreciate it. Great one going on right now. 17 all with 1:55 to play. And it's 1st and 10 for North Texas here at the 34-yard line. The handoff goes to Sibley. And he rattles off about 9, brought down by C.J. Clinkscales Jr.
And this offense goes so fast, you can run it there. You're not worried about it. Boom, look how fast they're back on the ball.
Pass is caught, sideline, going to stop the clock here from Trey Williams III, the tight end.
Tight end that runs like a wide receiver.
Right.
It's a matchup problem, but nice catch, gets out of bounds and almost to midfield.
3 touchdown grabs on the season for him. Gets him up to their own 48-yard line. Still plenty of time here, 1:36 and 2 timeouts. Charlotte's trailed at the half in every game this season, the previous 7. And they're hoping that's not going to be the case again here tonight. They actually led 17-7. We're tied up now. Mestemaker over the middle, it's caught through 2 defenders, and running with it down to the sideline is Wyatt Young, and he's got a first down. He's going to set them up inside the red zone with 1:27 to go.
And Mestemaker shows you his arm strength as he just spins it in there. There's Charlotte defenders everywhere, and it just puts it right in that window to Wyatt Young.
And another missed tackle allowed him with good yards after the catch. That was a 40-yard gain. Sibley is tackled down inside of the 10-yard line.
And again, they go so fast. They're inside the 10. They haven't even had to use one of their 2 timeouts. No hurry for North Texas.
Mestemaker's numbers are outstanding. 329 yards passing here with 2 touchdowns, 19 to 26. And they're in a tie game, which is crazy. You thought, here are those numbers, they'd be up by 21. They're not. But they're trying to take the lead back here. 2nd and 7. Mestemaker, he's in trouble. He gets rid of it. Colin Gill had him.
Number 21 was in the area. 3rd down.
How about the strength from Drew Mestemaker? I mean, should have been sacked, had the wherewithal to stay on his feet and see where he had a receiver, or it was actually a running back in Sibley, and he has the arm strength to throw it over his head out of bounds to save that sack.
Yeah, as you know, when you're still in the pocket, you got to have a receiver in the area, and there was one there on the sideline. 3rd and 7 from the 9. Mestemaker, it's intercepted, picked off by Yamil Talib. The nephew of the great Akeem Talib in the NFL. And Yamil, the redshirt freshman out of Oklahoma State, picks it off. That's the first turnover of the game tonight by either team.
And Talib's been playing good this season. Well, he just made a great play. Mestemaker wants to go back shoulder to the receiver at the front pylon. And Talib goes up and makes a tremendous interception.
Took me a second because, as you had said earlier, during like a timeout, there's green everywhere here tonight, right? And all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, it's intercepted. And he's got it. So Charlotte does the job that they were hoping to do and not give up any more points, as you said here, late in this first half. But 43 seconds remaining here. And they hand it off to Cobb, and he gets across the 20-yard line for a first down.
Yeah, Jerry L. Cobb's a really good-looking true freshman. We talk about Hawkins for North Texas. Cobb's pretty good for Charlotte.
Motion man is Nicholas. Once again here, it goes to Cobb. Gets up to the 30-yard line.
And
clock is running.
And you're wondering, why Charlotte running? You don't want to make any mistakes. We talked about earlier. Just get into the half, 17-17. If a running back can break it, great. But more times than not, you make a catastrophic error. I know there's some boos out there.
What are they booing about?
I understand what Tim Albin did right here.
Oh, I agree with you, Randy. There's no reason to force it. It's 17 all. You're in the ball game, and it's going to be a fun second half. Time now for the halftime report. Let's get you back to the studio. Zubin and EJ, guys, it's all you. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. As you're watching the American on ESPN here between North Texas and Charlotte, and what a game we've had here tonight. Tied at 17 as we get set to start the second half. Welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina, everyone. Mike Corey, Rini and Golia. Obviously, no one expected this. How did we get to this point?
There's a reason why we played these games, right? They're not played on paper, they're played on the field. I think Charlotte's played excellent. You know, North Texas, #1 in the nation with 17 takeaways. None for them in the first half, and contrary, Charlotte protected the football, didn't give it up.
They did a really good job. Let's get some of the highlights here in the first half, tell you how we got to this point. And there have been some big plays in this game here, though.
For both sides, and they get the scoring underway. Cam Dorner, excellent one-handed catch here to start the scoring, and then Charlotte says, I can get after it too. Javen Nicholas, excellent route. That was a fourth down play, by the way. Gets the first down and then takes it to the house. And then how about Nicholas one more time as he splits the defenders? Tremendous throw by Grayson Loftus. And right now, Charlotte's feeling it, that momentum, but little shuffle pass back to Caleb Hawkins as North Texas comes back. And it looks like they're going to take the lead, get a 2-for-1 chance, but Talib, excellent interception there to keep it tied at half.
Yeah, an outstanding job there. As you said, 542 passing yards combined in this game. That is the most in the first half of any FBS game this season.
So you're saying there was some yardage?
Yes. Mestemaker's already over 300 yards passing. And North Texas is going to start with the football here as they return it out. Evans, Simeon Evans, up across the 35-yard line. And here's our summary of some notes and stats from this first half. And we're tied at 17. Second half has begun, as we talked about it, 542. Most of the first half. Nicholas for Charlotte, Reed. 2 touchdown catches.
It's an outstanding game, right? But it's just the first half for Javen Nicholas. So curious to see how aggressive, how Charlotte comes out here in this second half.
Mestemaker with 329 passing yards. That's the most and a half by any FBS quarterback this season. And he gets it out here to Dorner once again.
And in case you're wondering at home, we did check. 601 yards is the record for North Texas in a game.
That is correct. Daniel Meager at SMU on September 8th, 2007. 601 for North Texas.
Yeah, records are made to be broken.
Mestemaker, again, he's had some players like this over the middle, and that's sides again on the catch. Finding some holes there in the coverage.
The receivers for North Texas, they've been doing this all year. They do an excellent job of finding the soft spots on the zone, and then Mestemaker does a great job finding them with the football.
.407 total yards already for the Mean Green. First down and 10 in Charlotte territory from the 37. Second half just underway. Hand off to Hawkins. And stood up after about 3. The thing with North Texas in this game, their average drive starting field position has been their own 21-yard line. And they came into this game, Rennie, with 9 drives this season beginning inside of the opponent's red zone. As Mestemaker's pass is caught by Trey Williams for another first down. And that's because of all the takeaways.
The takeaways, yes. They've gotten 17 takeaways, #1 in the nation, and they've gotten good field position in their offense. Haven't done it tonight, but
right.
I just feel like coming out in the second half, this offense looks a little bit more in sync right away here to start this third quarter. It's Trey Williams once again, the hybrid tight end that, again, it's just a matchup nightmare for defenses.
Handoff here for Hawkins, trying to bump it wide to the outside. A little stiff arm, and he takes a huge shot there at the end. Flag is thrown. That was C.J. Clinkscales. Flag is back at the 20 in the middle of the field.
Offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Desmond McGee with the hold. Let's listen to this.
I love it. Now this TV booth, we're not very far up, and so in live time we heard it
right.
Very loud up. A nice stiff arm, by the way. I like when the young running backs throw that stiff arm, absorb the hit, but of course that play goes for naught with the holding call. Back him up.
That's a big penalty. I mean, it was, you know, Charlotte making the defensive play at the end of the first half to stop them from getting any points. Now you put yourself in a 1st and 20 here.
Yeah, but if any team can overcome a
right.
1st and long, it's North Texas.
Mestemaker looking left, the 3 receivers, nobody there. He's going to take off here. And a good run. He gets hit, he fumbles the football. It's out, and Charlotte has recovered. Colin Gill's got it. Second turnover tonight by Mestemaker. He throws the interception, and then he fumbles, and it's 49er football.
You know, when you're a quarterback and you're in open space like that, especially a bigger quarterback, 6'4", get your yardage and get down. You avoid taking a hit, and you avoid turning the ball over. He's got good ball security, but you see the job by Colin Gill, number 3, comes in, rakes the ball out, and gets the takeaway.
How about literally ripping it away and holding on to it right there? Look at that play.
That's the true word of a strip right there.
That is the second time that Charlotte has really made a play to prevent the touchdown or any points for North Texas. The end of the half and right there to start the second half. So if you're North Texas, you're thinking, all right, we're going to get that touchdown and shoot for what? They get 2 turnovers instead.
Well, you asked what one of the biggest differences. Coming into this game, Charlotte -10 turnover ratio. North Texas +9, and only 2 turnovers by North Texas today already.
It's exactly the opposite in this game here. 2nd down and 8. Loftus has a man. It is caught with Nicholas, and what a game he's had tonight. Already 2 touchdowns and over 150 yards receiving in this game.
And I mean, how big is the Charlotte defense come up getting those takeaways in the red zone, and then again, they're believing, offense comes back on the field, and you know, we talk about Mestemaker's game. Grayson Loftus is having a heck of a game as well.
He really is. That's a gain of 19 yards in the play, and Loftus is 13 of 21 for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns himself. Motion man is Mason. Play fake again, Loftus over the middle again. He's got Nicholas in stride down the sideline, and Javen Nicholas. First down, Charlotte.
And if I'm defensive coordinator Skylar Cassidy for North Texas, your defensive backs better find number 5, Javen Nicholas. That's a 42-yard gain. He is crushing them so far tonight.
First down and 10. Just over 4 minutes gone by. Nicholas, 186 yards receiving tonight on 6 catches. The handoff goes inside here to Cobb, and that's a pretty good run on first down. Boy, they're just making the plays, staying on schedule. This is a really good looking Charlotte team tonight that we have not seen this season.
And you talked about it earlier, the confidence, right? You're in a game that, you know, you're a big underdog, and all of a sudden you're playing well, you're making plays, you get stops on defense, you get takeaways, and this, you know, that confidence goes a long way.
Second down and 4 here. Opening offensive drive of the second half for Charlotte. After the second takeaway of this game, with the fumble by North Texas's quarterback. Back to Cobb, and he's got the first down.
And I like the play call. You go 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. You put 86 Connor Adair, tight end, in the backfield like an old school fullback to lead up there, and 2 run plays, first down.
It's first and goal here for Charlotte. They were leading 17-7. Gave up 10 points to this game to be tied at 17. And now they've got a chance to regain the lead here. Connor Adair, the tight end, 86 there. Cobb, the back, gets the call, gets inside the 5, being pushed forward to the 3.
And they're feeding Cobb, and I love it. 3 straight carries for the young running back. And, you know, as a running back, when you get inserted into the lineup, you want it. You're like, coach, feed me, and he's getting stronger and looks better with each and every carry.
You know what it is, too? You think about North Texas, all the talk is on their true freshman, Caleb Hawkins, and then here's Jariel Cobb, who's also a true freshman, says, oh, yeah, well, let me just show you what I can do.
What about me?
Right.
And he's getting his opportunity tonight.
Last game, 9 carries for just 21 yards. Tonight, 12 carries, 56 yards, and it's second and goal from the 3 for Charlotte. Fake to Cobb, the pass incomplete. One of the tight end, Adair, that time.
And they had it. It was a great play call. Again, you always hear me say for quarterbacks, sometimes you just, you know it's there. You get a little excited. Just, I know you got a defender in your face. Just take one more beat, one more count, and put that throw on your big tight end Adair, and you got an easy touchdown.
Yeah.
Not easier said than done. I get it, but
it was Quentin Hammonds on coverage, and I know he wanted to get it past him, but he was well behind there that time. So now third and goal. First play with no Cobb on this drive. Jake Davids has come in now. In motion goes Jake Young, the tight end. Loftus, pressure in his face, up in the air, it's incomplete, and it was nearly picked off in the end zone by Patrick Smith-Young. Bryson Hayes had the QB pressure that time on Loftus.
And probably should have been intercepted by Patrick Smith-Young, and that's been a difference in this game, right? No takeaways. This defense has been making those plays. We saw an interception dropped earlier in the game, too, by North Texas.
And so Liam Boyd here for a 21-yard field goal. He made a 24-yarder earlier. And Charlotte is back on top. So they get the strip fumble. Colin Gill, the Charlotte defense, helps lead to 3 points for the Niners on offense, and they lead at 20-17.
SEC all day on ABC.
This is about as good as it gets if you're a college football fan.
3 outstanding games tomorrow on ABC in the SEC. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama, 6 straight wins after that opening season loss to Florida State, playing South Carolina, and Texas A&M 7-0 up against LSU. But what a game, though, we've had here tonight to get you started on this weekend. Eric Morris, head coach on the left, Tim Albin for Charlotte on the right, and the 49ers lead it 20-17 here, Rini, with 8:19 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and again, the defense is bending a little bit, obviously giving up a lot of yards, but they're getting stops, getting some takeaways. And offense is playing with confidence.
You said it, a drop ball earlier for a 54-yard touchdown. Would have been a 54-yard score. Would have been 14-0 Mean Green. That didn't happen. And then on their chances to score at the end of the half, to start the second half, they turned it over.
And 14-0 early against a team where the season hasn't been going well, 1-6. That could have changed this game dramatically early.
It's a flip out here to Hawkins. And he's hit initially by Womack and was able to bring him down. Good job there to track him down. North Texas garnered 17 points from their first 5 drives of this game. And then the last 2, which you saw, have been interception and fumble. Mestemaker, pass is caught at the 40. First down, good job there by Dorner. He's been a big target tonight. And what I like about these players, right, Reedy, when you talk a lot about, you know, transfers or guys coming in, whatever, it's like, this guy's from Shepherd, right?
Division II, yeah.
Division II, okay? You want to, you're moving up.
Experienced player, physically mature, can run routes, and has that chip on their shoulder because he got passed over to get a chance to play Division I football. And that's what North Texas looks for, guys just like Cam Dorner.
Mestemaker, it's caught. Young with the catch, Wyatt Young. He had a couple of drops tonight, but that's a big one there on the crossing route for the first down in Charlotte territory.
And you know, and Mestemaker does a good job just buying time, sliding to his left, and letting his receivers run to those open pockets. Puts it on Wyatt Young, and another big chunk play for North Texas.
This is huge for North Texas. As we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, the race in the American, right? This team is 6-1, 2-1 in the conference. There's already 3 teams that are still undefeated. They weren't expecting to be in a battle here tonight. They know they have to get this win to stay in that race.
You got to keep playing hard. You got to win games.
Trailing by 3, handoff here for Hawkins. And taken down. And this Charlotte defense has made plays tonight. Ty Baldwin on the tackle there for the 49ers.
And Baldwin's a corner, and he's up in run support. Gets there in a hurry and makes a really nice tackle.
I mean, there's been a few breakdowns. They've given up a few big plays, but I mean, really, I mean, they've made plays
When
tonight.
you look at the amount of yards North Texas has today, you would think they'd have 40 points already. But again, Charlotte has done a good job with those 2 takeaways and stopping them from getting in the end zone.
Mestemaker play fake, and Charlotte's there for it. The pass is caught. He's got Williams, breaks a tackle, goes down the sideline, and he gets hit right at the goal line and does not get the touchdown thanks to Colin Gill. So Gill, who just had the fumble recovery and then saves a touchdown there on the tackle, they gained 30 yards, however.
You thought Trey Williams was going to walk in, but an excellent tackle. But here we go with pace.
Handoff, speaking of walking in for the touchdown, it is Sibley, and North Texas has the lead.
And now that we can catch our breath, go back to the play before with Trey Williams. We've said it multiple times as we take another look at the touchdown. Good blocking up front. Sibley walks in with it. But Trey Williams, a tight end that's 230, but runs more like a wide receiver. He's a matchup problem. Just a crossing route, makes the catch, makes the guy miss, and then down the sideline he goes.
There's been a couple of times tonight that Charlotte has missed open field tackles that have cost them. That was one of them. 6 plays, 75 yards, and the touchdown run. It took him just 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Here's that long play you're talking about with Williams.
The matchup nightmare. Trey Williams, that tight end, 30-yard play down to the 1. Sibley finishes it off. North Texas finally leads this one, 24-20 in Charlotte.
The College Football Playoff begins December 19th and concludes with the National Championship January 19th on ESPN.
All right, what's coming up tomorrow here in our college football rankings? Brought to you by Prudential. Here's the top 10, Rainey.
How about UCLA winning 3 straight after dismissing their coach?
Right.
But now you got Indiana, right, who's been fighting Signetti's, have been playing tremendous. We already talked that Texas A&M LSU, huge game for LSU. Just this is the time of the season, Mike. I love these matchups, conference play, everything's so important. That Vanderbilt-Missouri game.
I was going to say, how about Vandy right there at number 10, and you know they beat Missouri in that game. Oh, they're going to
important game for both those teams.
It is. It is.
Only losses, right? Alabama, if I'm correct, for both those teams.
So Eric Morris there for North Texas head coach, and Trey Williams, who had the big catch, set it up the 1-yard touchdown run. Now here on the return is Derek Ely. And Charlotte goes back to work here now, down by 4 points. So their season, season average rating, 314 total yards per game. They got 358 tonight.
Yeah, Charlotte's been, this is actually the 3rd time I've seen Charlotte this season, and they look the best by far tonight in all phases of the game.
Jake Davids is in the running back spot. Loftus is on his way to 300 yards passing, 274 with the 2 touchdowns. And it's Davids. Now here's the thing, right? When you have to play a lot of new guys and you're still trying to figure it out, you know you had a bunch of injuries. Well, now they're starting to get time together, right? Now you're getting first-team reps. Now you're getting more experience.
And like Jerry Cobb, like you get young players a chance to go out there and show what they can do. They're excited to play. Flush it the record. The record doesn't matter. Go out there and make plays, and they're doing it tonight.
They are. I don't think anybody was ready for this snap, and then the ball has to get thrown away there by Loftus. Not sure.
It's usually like a trick play for the offense, but I think they tricked themselves. I think it got snapped when it wasn't supposed to, and Loftus wisely just gets out of the pocket and throws this thing away. But now you're at 3rd and 5, and a dangerous time in this game. You want to complete this for Charlotte, keep this drive alive, because North Texas seems like offensively they're in a rhythm now.
Rod Gainey Jr. is in now for Charlotte, number 6 in the backfield. In motion goes Nicholas, who's been stellar tonight at the wide receiver spot. Look out, Loftus. Running out of time and nothing he can do there, and it's going to be 4th down and 5.
Yeah, when Loftus escaped the pocket, I thought maybe he can turn it up because he's a pretty good athlete and pick up that 1st down, but he just couldn't. The defender gets there, throws it away, and so North Texas defense does their job there. Very happy defensive coordinator, Skylar Cassidy. Yes, that is a defensive coordinator. He's 31, he's very young, he looks it, but he's a very good coach.
There's only 2 times tonight that Charlotte has gone 3 and out. That was one of them there. Here's Sides, flag is down. Flag on the field, the Sides on the return for North Texas, cuts it back. He's still on his feet, he's got a blocker in front. He's gonna run out of space, multiple flags. There's 3 flags down on this play.
All in the same area. I like the aim by the officials. They all got it to the same spot.
Pretty close.
And they're all on the same call.
During the kick, holding, return team, 10 yards from the spot of the catch, 1st down.
Timeout, 4:49 to go in the 3rd. North Texas back on offense with a slim 4-point lead. Tomorrow it's UFC 321, and they're in Abu Dhabi, so we've got 2 title fights. Heavyweight and women's strawweight belts on the line, so it's early, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then the main card's at 2 Eastern on pay-per-view. Buy it at ESPNplus.com/PPV, and that's UFC 321 tomorrow. Back in Charlotte, North Carolina. Mike Corey, Rini Ngolia with you here, 1st and 10 for North Texas. Back on offense with a 24-20 lead. 4:49 to go in the 3rd. Not a lot of people thought this was going to be a close game tonight, but that's what we have. And Mestemaker's pass out to Sides, caught, knocked out of bounds, 25-yard line, close to a 1st. What a flag there, Rini.
Yeah, looks like there's a flag.
Get it? Yep, flag on the field. You got one. It was blocked by the guys inside, always holding up the banners.
And we're a little lower here. We don't get the high angle because it was the line judge that threw it, so it's right on the sideline. They're talking. This might be one of those ones where they talk one guy out of it and pick it up and say no foul.
There's no foul for holding on the play. Result of the play is 1st down.
I've watched a lot of football, and I've watched a lot of officials, and I can always tell when one guy comes in.
That's great. All right, now guess the play. 1st and 10. What are they doing?
My name's not Tony Romo.
So they give him a first down, and they're at the 26. Dorner, Williams, and Young, the receivers, to the top of the screen. '49ers rush 3, Mestemaker. Oh, another great catch over the middle here by Wyatt Young. And another first down.
And I know the story's been told multiple times. Drew Mestemaker didn't start a game in high school. I mean, it's...
He played high school football behind a quarterback who ended up becoming a catcher at Baylor, and then another 4-star player transferred, and he became the backup again. So his entire career, he was a backup. But he's been doing this because he has a great arm. He was working out with Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield's trainer, okay? And when he alerted Coach Morris and company saying, listen, you got to take a look at this guy.
Just based on his arm strength and what he's doing in these workouts.
Hands it off here. Hawkins, nowhere to go. Shockley on the tackle for Charlotte.
You know, just to finish off that story, Eric Morris had no video, film to watch of Drew Mestemaker, so he took a leap of faith on it, just on what that trainer said and his arm strength.
And he came in as the 5th quarterback last year, okay? Ended up redshirting, but he started in the bowl game. Of course, has moved his way right up to the top, and is having one incredible season here. The redshirt freshman on 3rd down and 8. Deep drop. The pass is dropped. Wanted Hawkins, and he was facing major pressure. Travion McGee, Caden Schmitz for Charlotte. It's 4th down.
And if Hawkins catches that, there's a lot of green turf in front of him. There's a chance he could bring it to the house. It actually hit his offensive lineman, I believe, in the shoulder. That's what deflected the ball. Couldn't make that catch, and it goes incomplete. So a good stop by Charlotte.
Both teams can kind of go back to some missed opportunities in this game. If you're North Texas, it's a couple of drops, an interception, a fumble. That's why they're in a 4-point game here. Then if you're Charlotte, you've made so many great plays offensively and defensively, but you've also had a couple of misfires too, or some missed tackles that have led to big gains, and ultimately touchdowns. But yeah, I give Charlotte a lot of credit the way they're playing here tonight, because no one had thought that this team was going to put up much of a fight here tonight with all the injuries and all they've been going through. And Tim Albin and his staff have gotten them really ready to go tonight.
And we talked about the young players that got inserted in. 4 freshman defensive linemen that are in the rotation tonight. We've talked about Cobb, the running back, just guys stepping up that are getting a chance to play, and they're making the most of it.
And this is the confidence that, he's hoping for with this group to play out the rest of this season. And you have a game like this tonight, almost a mess up on the handoff, but they did get it to Cobb for a couple.
And when you're having a down year, you're looking for any spark, right, to build on, right? In a game like this, you win a game like this tonight for Charlotte, man, you can build on it. So, love the way they're playing tonight.
And conversely, if you're North Texas and you lose a game like this,
it can knock you out of the American race.
Correct.
Yep.
And that's how big it is for the Mean Green here. Loftus. Catch is made. Short pickup here by Nicholas. 7th catch of the night for Jaden Nicholas, and he's just under 200 yards receiving in this game. An injured player down for the Mean Green. It's Armstead. And this is how important it is for North Texas to maintain position in the American. I mean, there are so many good teams in the conference as they attend to Armstead here for North Texas. And there's 3 teams still undefeated in the American in the standings. Right here they are: Navy, USF, and Tulane.
Yeah, and those top 5, and ECU's a good program as well, sitting there with 1 conference loss in Temple. But those 5, and I'm going to put North Texas in there, I really think that the 2 that'll make it to the championship game are going to come out of that 5 when it's all said and done. But still a lot of football to go. And oh, by the way, USF and Memphis go at it tomorrow in a huge game in the American.
Yeah, how big is that one? Looking forward to seeing what goes on in that game.
And North Texas plays Navy next week, but again, you're in a dogfight right here. You got to try to get this one.
3rd down and 6. Big play. Loftus hit as he throws. And it's incomplete, looking for Nicholas. He took a big shot there back at the 5-yard line, and it was Ethan Weslowski, the junior linebacker.
And if he doesn't get hit, Nicholas ran another exceptional route. I think he makes that catch and picks up the first down, but the hit was just too much for Loftus. The ball goes incomplete.
Yeah, you're right. He needed an extra half a second there. Would have maybe had it on time. Now it's punt time for Bronson Long. And Landon Sides is back, and he's at his own 43-yard line. Potentially pretty good field position coming up here for North Texas, but we've got a flag and a penalty coming up on Charlotte.
False start. Offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
And the 49ers have gone a little bit cold on 3rd down, and a much better job by North Texas defense. They started hot, 4 of 7, but they're now 0 for their last 5 on 3rd down.
It's hard to live, especially when you've struggled offensively in 3rd to medium and long. These last few thirds have been, that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 range, and they just have not been able to convert.
Here's the kick from Long. And it's going to be inside of Charlotte territory. The fair catch called for by Sides at the 49er 43-yard line. That's not good. What is good is Mestemaker and what he's done here tonight. Look at this. In North Texas history, 601 is the high. Mestemaker's got 476 tonight.
Yeah, so he's right in range of that, and then for the season, right in the year in FBS.
This is the most passing yards, by any quarterback in FBS this season.
With a quarter to go. More than a quarter to go.
Previous is 473, and he's got the 476, and it's 1st and 10 from the 43 of Charlotte. Sibley and Hawkins are both in the backfield. Mestemaker eludes pressure, and that pass is caught. Dorner again, and he sits down at about the 30.
Actually went backwards a little bit there, which is like I get it because he already had the first down. He was trying to get around, saw that he couldn't, he just goes down.
Thoughts of why the middle of the field seems pretty open tonight?
They're playing a zone defense, and there's a lot of skill athletes at wide receiver for North Texas. They do a great job of just finding that soft spot, and Mestemaker, finds them and puts the ball on him. Great velocity. He can spin it, can Mestemaker.
We're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Coming up in a minute to go, 1st and 10. Mestemaker, pressure coming in. The pass is tipped, and it's incomplete.
And he had Dorner there again. That ball gets tipped up, and luckily for North Texas, it falls incomplete.
Again, if you're Charlotte, you hold them to a field goal, and even if they hit it, still a 1-score game.
Got to keep them to a field goal here, keep it a 1-score game.
2nd down and 10. Play action, pressure, Mestemaker in duress, racing to the sideline, throws it away. How about that there from Talib and Miles?
Yeah, well, again, defensive coordinator Nate Fonda says, I'm going to get after him. I can't let him sit there clean in the pocket. Don't get the sack, but they force the throwaway. Good job defensively for Charlotte.
Now, if you don't get this here, Brady, on 3rd and 10, are you thinking 4-down territory?
The field goal kicker, Nguma's about a 45-yard range, so you're kind of tweener land for him. It's a good call, though. I think they'll probably go for it.
North Texas 1 for 7 on 3rd down tonight. The catch is made, and they're going to stop him. It's Williams. He doesn't get the first, but it's going to be close. Talib and Williford combined to the tackle.
So here's the interesting. They're clearly in field goal range, but because he fought for those extra yards and got it to 4th down, I thought maybe Eric Morris would think about it, but he's going to kick it here. But those extra yards that Trey Williams fought for clearly got it in his kicker's range.
41-yard field goal attempt. He made it from 29 earlier tonight. This is Kali Nguma. 41-yarder to put him up 7. The kick is good.
But Charlotte did their job.
They did.
Kept it a 1-score game. I mean, the defense has held them to a few field goals tonight. Done a nice job.
There's only been 2 times this season that they've had Nguma even kick a field goal longer than 29 yards. And he missed on a 43-yarder. That's his only miss of the season. And he just made this 41-yarder.
We asked Eric Morris. He said about 45 yards is his range. That's the 28-yard line. That's why it was so important that Trey Williams was able to catch that pass, fight for that extra yardage. Because in a game like this, again, at the end of the day, you just want to win the game, stay in the American race. So the field goal gets you up by 7. But again, Charlotte did their job staying within 1 score.
27-20, North Texas by 7. With 19 seconds to go here in the 3rd. And they're going to return it out. Ely, here he goes. Derek Ely gets hit and tackled across the 20-yard line. Let's go back to the All-State playoff predictor here. And we had talked about it earlier at the start of the broadcast. And USF, by virtue of that win over North Texas, had really put them in the driver's seat and the best chance to reach the playoff.
And we know it's going to change because Memphis and USF play tomorrow, right? So someone's going down there, and it's just a great race. You look at these 6 schools, 4 are from the American, so it's going to be a fun race in the American here the rest of the way.
All the other American schools kind of cheering for Memphis.
And the American, they don't all play each other, so it's going to get real interesting towards the end.
Look out, Loftus in trouble, gets rid of it, and the catch is made. And it's Gainey, Rod Gainey Jr., brought down by you have a quarterback pressure actually that time, forcing Loftus to get rid of it quickly. And it's going to be Charlotte ball when we return.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter.
3 quarters complete in a tight game here tonight. 7-point lead for North Texas. Back with a 4th after this. Welcome back to the start of the 4th quarter tonight from Charlotte. Mike Corey, Rainey and Golia. Here's our summary. 934 combined yards of offense between these 2 teams. Mestemaker, the quarterback for North Texas, has thrown for the most passing yards by any quarterback in FBS in a single game this season, 496. And Nicholas for Charlotte, wow, 187 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. And he is in the backfield right now for Charlotte. Goes in motion. They fake it to him. And Loftus throws it over the middle. The catch is made. And he's got Derek Ely for a 1st down. And the 49ers, who trail it by just 1 score here, the flag comes in at the end as well, back at the 20-yard line.
This is a big call here if it goes against Charlotte.
Holding. Offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
You can say that again, Rainey. Mason Bowers, unfortunately for them, the right guard, called for the hold, and then that negates a big play.
It's just a killer. Let's look. Top of the screen, 57. Yeah, it's the right call.
Yep.
Tracy Jones, the center judge, had a good look at that. That's a good call. That is a hold. Bull rush and kind of pulled him down on top of himself.
Loftus, sideline, overthrown, incomplete. And looking for Brett.
You know, we did the reset. I had a little tidbit here. I couldn't get it in, but I got to get it in. North Texas is 14-0 under Eric Morris when leading after 3 quarters. So we'll see if this holds suit tonight. But it's been a whale of a ball game.
It has been awesome. Yeah, it's 3rd down and 15 here. Loftus, who started 14 of 21 for 274 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's only 2 of 9 since for 6 yards. And the 3rd down conversions have cooled off as well. 4 of 7, they're 0 of 5 since. 3rd and 15. Catch is made underneath by Gus McGee, and he's going to be taken down well shy of the 1st by Quentin Hammonds. And it's punt time for Charlotte.
Yeah, 3rd and long, Skylar Cassidy dropped 8, only rushed 3. Invite the underneath pass. Again, come up and make that tackle for a short gain. And good sequence there by North Texas defensively. But that holding play killed them for Charlotte.
Yeah, it really did. And you wonder, I wouldn't say wearing down because they played pretty up-tempo and inspired. They're trying to fake it here now, Charlotte, and that's not going to get it done. Connor Adair on the fake, and he's tackled down. And North Texas, Dalton Carnes, who makes the play, they're going to take over as Charlotte tried to fake on the punt, and it backfired.
You love the aggressiveness. North Texas not fold to the up back Adair. Carnes with a tackle. North Texas takes over. Welcome back to Charlotte. North Texas leads at 27-20. Let's take a look at that fake punt. We see the spot channel. That's Dalton Carnes for North Texas, a wide receiver. Linebacker Gavin Willis has to block him. He doesn't get there. Carnes makes an incredible play to beat the block. Realize that it's a fake. Get to Adair, the tight end, and make the tackle. Now tremendous field position for North Texas.
And this could really put the hurt on here if North Texas gets the touchdown. Young, who was in motion, gets the pass from Mestemaker. Sideline is out of bounds. And, you know, we were kind of going back and forth during the timeout. Did you need to do that there? I'm not saying that because being a Monday morning quarterback here, but
definitely didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
I can only think there was something they saw on film that they liked. Now, if Willis can make that block, you probably have it, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. You still got to make the plays, right?
Right. Mestemaker forced to a deep drop. Throwing on the run to catch is made. He's got Wyatt Young again. And it's a first down just outside the 10. Kerry Grant on the tackle.
The other thing the wide receivers for North Texas do, we talked about Mike finding the soft spot. They do a really good job coming back to Mestemaker. You love those receivers coming back.
Now it's Hawkins. And stood up at about the 7-yard line.
And, you know, just getting back to the fake, too. When you're 1-6 and 0-4 in conference and the season's just not going, sometimes coaches take risks that they normally wouldn't take.
Right. Yeah, he probably felt like, hey, I needed a spark at this point because they had been held in check. And they weren't getting the third down conversions like they were earlier. It just didn't work out. Now they spread him out, 5 wide here. In motion goes Williams. Mestemaker quickly to the outside. Hawkins on the catch. Great blocking. Touchdown. Well executed, North Texas.
And we talked about Trey Williams, the tight end, as a receiver. Great job blocking on that one, too. That's just a little wide receiver bubble screen, but to the running back. Caleb Hawkins out there. Good looking play.
This is just ridiculous numbers here. There are 3 North Texas receivers over 100 yards receiving tonight. Young, Dorner, and Sides. And Mestemaker has thrown for 517 yards and 3 touchdowns. North Texas has taken command. It's taken them a while, but they're now leading by 2 scores, 34-20.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Well, it's been super tough to hold this North Texas offense down this season. They've now scored 30-plus points in all 8 of their games this season. They've never done that before in their history. And if they win here tonight, they'd have their best 8-game start since 1977. That team opened the season 8-0. They win here tonight, they'll go to 7-1 and remain in that hunt for the American opportunity to get a championship.
And solidify their first winning season since 2018.
Yes.
So a lot of firsts. And you talk about the points. They turned the ball over twice in the red zone, too. You know, were held to a couple field goals, gave it up on downs one time.
Right, exactly. On the return, it's Derek Ely here for Charlotte. Gets off of a tackle, gets across the 40 and is pushed out of bounds. So Quentin Hammond's there running him out, but good field position. There's a flag down on the field on the other side at about the 47. Let's see what we got here.
Talked about Ely getting awarded a scholarship, much deserved. Really good returner. Has made some catches at the wide receiver position tonight as well, and just great effort by Ely.
41-yard return if it stands. Here is Matt Overton.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block. Return team, number 41, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, so that certainly hurts the cause there on that return. But, you know, so let me say this to you, because here's probably the reason why we were talking that Tim Albin went for it there on that fake punt. Charlotte had cut the deficit to 20-17 with a field goal. That was midway through the third. But then their last 3 drives, they've totaled just 3 yards on 10 plays.
A lot of 3 and outs. Yep. And yeah, I do agree that you're trying to spark something. And again, you look at the season they've had, and you're going to make those decisions. So,
but unfortunately, in a game like this, where you're playing nip and tuck and keeping it a one-score game, now this is the largest deficit they faced here tonight. 14 points. Loftus, and that pass is caught, but North Texas is all over it there. The reception by K.D. Hunter Gibson for the first time tonight. Will Jones on the tackle. Or excuse me, Gus McGee, pardon me. As the tight end. McGee on the reception. How about the job that Grayson Loftus has done now? 18 of 32, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns. Has not turned it over.
From what I've seen of Charlotte this year, it's the best Grayson Loftus has played.
And here comes pressure, and he's sacked. Ethan Day. No chance there as Day crashes through for his 4th sack of the season.
And Ethan Day is one of those versatile defensive ends. He can play both sides. Just an inside move on Fernandez, the left tackle. Just a little inside rip by Day. Gets right to Loftus, and an easy sack for the defensive end.
3rd and 13 now. Rod Gainey Jr. in the backfield. Redshirt freshman. Deep drop here, and he gets the pass, but is tripped up, and it's going to be 4th down. Ethan Wesloski there for North Texas defense, and all of a sudden now it's been all mean green. After it was 17-7 with Charlotte leading, they've been outscored 27-3.
And you get him 3rd and long like that. Nice job by Wesloski, right? He's getting blocked, and he's still able to make the tackle.
Bronson Long the kick. Landon Sides for the return. Fair catch at the 34. And it'll take us to a timeout. North Texas now in control here. 14-point lead with the ball. We'll be back. Saturday SEC on ABC. Ole Miss, they started 6-0, lost to Georgia last week. Trying to bounce back tomorrow against Oklahoma. Alabama has won 6 in a row. And then LSU has 6 straight home wins. And they've got Texas A&M undefeated at 7-0. Going to be a fun day tomorrow on ABC and the ESPN app.
How about the year Ty Simpson's having? Alabama, arguably the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah, they lose that first game of the year as North Texas is back on offense here with a 14-point lead with Hawkins. You know, and then they've run off 6 straight wins, and they're back to the old Alabama. I love how everybody can go like, what's wrong with them? No, they're fine.
I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah. Look at this tonight. How about being okay? 3 players have over 100 yards receiving for the Mean Green. 2nd game in program history that they've had that happen ever.
And Wyatt Young started slow, a couple drops. And oh, by the way, the tight end, Trey Williams, he's got 5 receptions for 60 yards on top of it.
Mestamaker, he's going to be sacked by Reed Williford. Didn't see him. And that's a huge loss here.
And Mestamaker thought he was going to be able to spin out of that and go to his left. Had no idea that Reed Williford, number 40, was going to be in his blind side. And that's just where the young running back, Caleb Hawkins, that's the biggest thing young running backs have to do. Learn how to pass protect. It's a very important thing. If you're going to be an every down back, you got to step up and block there. He doesn't do it, and a huge sack by Williford.
That's a good point. He'll get there. True freshman and number 24 Hawkins. Now they split him out wide. It's 3rd down and 15. The pass is caught by Young. Look out, he's got space. He's got a 1st down and more. He could possibly get a touchdown. Wyatt Young still on his feet. He's going to do just that. 70 yards, and Wyatt Young with 190 receiving yards tonight, and the touchdown. North Texas on a 3rd and 15.
Just backbreaker. And it's just a simple middle screen, little tunnel screen to Wyatt Young. ran perfectly. The whole offensive line was out in front. We'll look at it after this kick, but I think Drew Mestemaker's on his way to setting all kinds of records tonight.
Oh, they had trouble with the snap, and they're going to take down the holder, Sawyer Evans. Dwight Boodle, the second, was in there, so they'll settle for the 6. And let's go back to it, Rainey.
Yeah, it's just an inside tunnel screen. Ran to perfection. I mean, the whole offensive line's out there, and then look at Wyatt Young, just the athleticism, the speed, makes the guy miss and takes it to the house. I mean, they drew in the defensive line from Charlotte perfectly.
Yeah.
The throw was good, the route was good, and the blocking was good. Just an excellent play.
Mestemaker, look at this. The record is 601 by Daniel Meeker back in 2007. Mestemaker's got 587 tonight. He's 14 away from tying, 15 to break it. That's
and
incredible.
oh, by the way, we looked something up. Lee Torrin, our crack spotter here, you know, he's also looking stuff up. We believe the American record is 601 as well.
It is.
Do you know who it is, Mike? I'm putting Mikey on the spot.
I have no idea.
He starts for the Cleveland Browns now. It's Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, Dylan Gabriel.
When he was at UCF.
UCF. Look at that. That's, I mean, unbelievable tonight with the opportunity and these records that this team, and you know what?
And I keep going back to it. He had a 54-yard touchdown dropped.
I know.
Sorry, Terrence Lewis. I hate to say it to you.
34 of 46 on the other side for Mestemaker, and it's super staging, a decent effort by this Charlotte team tonight. They're just getting overwhelmed here late, and whatever this score ends up being, North Texas hangs on and gets this win. Outland on the tackle. It's going to be one of those in the paper, social media, whatever the next one.
We're old. We read papers.
Right. You see the final score.
And you're like, yep,
just what we thought.
Just what we thought.
Not really.
It wasn't. I mean, Charlotte, to this point, has played really well in all 3 phases.
Eight and a half to go. 49ers with a 2nd and 10. 650 total yards of offense by North Texas. 374 for Charlotte. Loftus, and just running out of room. Chased by Quentin Hammonds. But encouraging signs for the Charlotte team. I mean,
I think a lot of the young players, they played tonight, got to see live action, you know, the lights on, go out there and make plays. The tape doesn't lie. And that's it. You're fighting each and every day to get better as a program. And obviously there's going to be a lot of changes after this season personnel-wise. And Tim Elbin will get it right. He will.
It's 3rd and 10 here for Charlotte. From the 40. Loftus. Oh, almost intercepted. It's incomplete. Looking for Sean Brown. And they'll have to punt here. Remember, North Texas, you're watching the highest scoring team in all of FBS this season. They averaged 45 points a game. It didn't look like that earlier. And then next thing you know, they got 40, and there's still 8:07 to go.
Yeah, and we talked about a couple turnovers that they had offensively and didn't convert, but they're just so fast in making plays, and they can score in a hurry.
The punt goes back, and it's going to be down at the 35-yard line. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Zubin Mehenti. What's up, Zubin?
After the play, personal foul, kicking team, number 5, 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it. We have just under 8 minutes to go in this contest, and we just had a flag on the kickoff.
Yeah, and that's going to give North Texas Excellent field position.
It's Ty Baldwin, unfortunately, for the 49ers, got called for it. And it's 1st and 10 for North Texas at the Charlotte 49-yard line with a 20-point lead here. And just trying to put this one away. Sibley spinning off the first tackle, gains 4 to the 45. All right, what about the North Texas assessment here tonight? How do you break that down?
Talking to Eric Morris, he said at the end of the day, execution overrides everything. And I think they had some execution issues early, but they overcame it, right? And they just persevered and fought through in a game that they were heavy favorites. And he's got to feel pretty good about it at this point.
Yeah. Talked about thanks to our spotter Lee Torban tonight, doing a great job as always. How about our statistician, our good friend Matt Siegel as well? He's been excellent with the numbers here. How about this? As he just hands me this North Texas history. The program really dates back to 1913. As they go on the ground again, look out, breaking free. And once again, North Texas, Kiefer Sibley, he runs in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, North Texas.
Couldn't even get the note out because they scored again.
They score so quick. And I mean, we talk about Caleb Hawkins. Kiefer Sibley's only a sophomore. He's young too. Good blocking up front, and then the good vision by Sibley, just to slide to the right just a little bit. And then you see the burst he puts on it and goes down the sideline. I mean, this team can score and score in a hurry.
45-yard run for the touchdown. I was going to say this program dating back to 1913. The school record for wins is 10. North Texas is going to have 7 after tonight with at least 5 games remaining because they'll be in full eligibility status.
And if you're a North Texas fan, particularly Drew Mestermaker, you're kind of upset there because he didn't get a chance to break the record, you know, for the school and the conference.
Now you feel like you got to give it back to him to try to do that. You don't want to feel like, hey, I'm running up the score. Look at this. I don't understand. I mean, what, 77% chance against Navy, who's undefeated?
Yeah, listen, I don't, that's analytics, metrics,
I don't
whatever.
think they want to see that.
Yeah, you don't want to see that at all. You got to play all these games out. We talked about what UAB did last week. Rice, and then Temple, again, KC Keeler takes over there, a much improved team. So, yeah, you might have the percentage according to the analytics the rest of the way, but you got to forget that and just go play those games. But with that said, if North Texas can win out, there's a chance they can rematch with USF in the championship. Of course, Tulane has a lot to say. Memphis has a lot to say. So,
well, and that's the big game tomorrow, right?
Navy still, yeah.
Yeah, they're in action. Here's Ely on the return for Charlotte. Breaks the tackle. And pushed out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. All right, so what about the Memphis Tigers and the USF Bulls? The season that they're having, ranked 18th. That's coming up tomorrow on ESPN2, high noon.
Number 25.
I've had both these teams this year.
First down.
USF, we talked about, they're an explosive offense as well. Defensively, really good. Memphis just, Ryan Silver just wins, right? But now we're about to find a lot out about Memphis because they lose a game at UAB, which no one thought they would lose. They did. Let's see how they bounce back against USF. Now they're at home, but this is a heck of a ball game here in the American.
Charlotte, they got a penalty on the return and a hold, so they're back to their own 10-yard line. And trailing big in this game now. 47-20. Rod Gainey Jr. What about what Charlotte has upcoming after this? I mean, they're not giving any favors.
They have a gauntlet finishing up too, their schedule.
Yeah, it's second down here. Back to Gainey. And North Texas, they really took command, right? That third quarter, they scored so quick. And I think they don't waver from what they can do. I know when you hear that saying all the time, it says defense wins championships. You know what, though? But when you have offense you're never out of a game, right? Like, even if you give up some, scores.
The way, I will say this, though. The way they throw the ball, you can score a lot of points.
Right.
But when you get into really tight, good games, like really good conference games and championship-type games, there's a saying, you throw the ball to score points, you run the ball to win games. You got to be able to close games out. Now, they didn't have to do it on the ground tonight, but there comes a time when you have to do that. Slow it down. Let that clock run, get those first downs. But I believe they can do it with Hawkins as well and Sibley.
Loftus on the keeper there, and 4th down for Charlotte, so they're going to punt.
And young Skylar Cassidy, that's the defensive coordinator there. Just aggressive style. I think it was a good hire by Eric Morris. He was at Sam Houston last year.
Well, in the area where North Texas has struggled a little bit was in the run defense, right? I mean, but there wasn't a lot of running here in this game tonight.
No.
So, like, let's take a look at it. Rushing yards for Charlotte, 94. 112 for North Texas. I mean, it's been a lot through the end. They're actually a very good team.
Coming into this game, North Texas, you talked about how they were against the run. I mean, they were giving up 203 yards a game on the ground, so much better.
Exactly. Ashton Gray is in now for the first time tonight for North Texas in the backfield. Pass goes out to Simeon Evans. And so many weapons, too, and they don't waste any time. We talked about it. How about this? The times of their 6 touchdown drives tonight, Rini. 50 seconds, 53, minute 30, minute 31, 2:18, and 2:26. That was the longest touchdown drive by them tonight. 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
And the amount of chunk plays, right? Over 10 yards, just a mountain full tonight.
Yep. So Coach Morris and this group, we've got 4 more regular season games to go. Catch by Evans. Going to go to 7-1. First time since 1977. It's a fun team to watch. I mean, we've said it. They average over 45 a game. They continue to do that again here tonight.
And Mestemaker, again, spreads it out. 3 receivers over 100 yards. I mean, a lot of different guys catch the ball, and the running attack with Hawkins and Sibley.
Third and 1 here. And they will get the first down with Gray. And just try to run out the clock here en route to their 7th win of the season.
And Ashton Gray, a redshirt freshman, 210-pound back. And we talked about those chunk plays for North Texas. 16 passes of 15 or more yards tonight. 3 runs of 10 or more. So, yeah, you're going to put big numbers when you have chunk plays like that.
Mestemaker, pass is caught. Evans, and here we go. Let's see what the updated numbers are. As Evans with a catch, and they know it.
Yeah, they were getting him the record. There's no doubt about it.
He did it. Drew Mestemaker with that pass and that catch by Evans is now going to be the record holder for most yardage in a game in North Texas history and in the American.
Yep.
Wow. 608. Congratulations to him. 608 passing yards, 37 of 49. As soon as he did that, they're like, get out of the game. 4 touchdowns and the 1 interception. He'll never forget this one.
And he deserved it. He played so good tonight. I'm glad the coaching staff realized where he was, and Eric Moore said, we're going to get him the record. He deserved it. Heck of a performance.
Tom Groats is in now, the quarterback for North Texas.
That is the 2-minute
what
timeout.
a historic night for him and the Mean Green. We'll come back and close it out after this. Man And number 17, Drew Mestemaker, the redshirt freshman from Austin, Texas. It is Mestemaker Nation, yeah. And he has burst onto the scene. 608 passing yards tonight. New record for North Texas, new record in the American. And he has been absolutely outstanding as North Texas tries to run this out with Ashton Gray and go on to their 7th win of the season. Look at this here tonight. Wow.
Yeah, pretty good. And not only the record for North Texas, the American, it's the most by a lot of yards just in the FBS, in all of FBS this year.
Correct, yeah. The previous high was 473 yards, and he just blew that out of the water. And, you know, listen, assess him for us, you know what I mean? Like, you've seen what he's done tonight. You know, I get Charlotte's been down, but they played really well tonight. So, I mean, I still think the performance, you know, was...
Well, they got something to build on. Yeah. Charlotte does, for sure.
But the way Mestemaker has played, look out. It's another touchdown run here for North Texas. And this time, Ashton Gray puts it in the end zone. Exclamation point for the Mean Green. The 4th time this season they've scored 50 or more points, and that ties a school record.
Yeah, and there's a flag. Ashton Gray spiked the ball more so than they will allow, so he's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Wow, and you don't need to see that either. Terrence Lewis just hobbling off the field, and
the result
in
of
a
the
game
play
that's
is a touchdown.
in hand.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 20. This is his first of the game. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, and they'll talk to him about that, right? Redshirt freshman, you don't need to do that.
And it's his first touchdown, so I was a little excited.
I'll be excited about that, but yeah. That's for sure.
Don't want to do it for sure, but you know, if you're Charlotte too, you got to play this thing out to the end because a young back like Ashton Gray, he's going to run hard. He wants to impress his coaches, right?
Colley and Guma for the extra point. And he has never missed a PAT in his career. Approaching almost 108 extra points. Let's go back to this.
Yeah, just that huge hole. Mike, you could have ran through that hole up front, and then Gray just turns it on. You're going to see the spike, and the coaches were talking to him on the sideline, and they're going to call that. Yeah, you know, it's not taunting. He didn't do it in a guy's face, but in a game like this towards the end, they're gonna call that flag. But it wasn't anything too egregious.
37 unanswered points for North Texas tonight. I mean, this is a game where I didn't see that coming, has been said numerous times.
And you talked about it. Like, tomorrow we're going to tell someone, hey, Charlotte did a lot of good things. They played pretty good. And they're going to say, what are you talking about? It was 54-20, but this game just got out of hand so quick at the end because Charlotte did do a lot of things right. And really, people are going to point back. I know the media is going to ask him, when he faked the punt and it got stopped, everything really turned from there.
That's what it did.
But the offense wasn't doing anything to that point, and that's why he did it. We talked about that earlier.
Understood. It was 27-20.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things where you get it, you got a chance. If you don't, it could have done exactly what we just saw here.
It backfires on you,
and then you're done.
And you're deflated.
Yeah. I guess that's just the one thing I think about from that point where it's like you wanted to try to stay in the game as long as you possibly could. I mean, I don't think he saw that this being the final result but North Texas could score so quick.
Well, and that's another reason why he did it, right?
Okay.
They're so explosive, and he's figuring out if I give him a short field, you know, or a long field, they can still score in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, this game was tied at the half, and then Charlotte
crazy.
actually took the lead 20-17 with 8:17 left in the third quarter, and then it's been all North Texas, 37 unanswered. And Loftus with a catch here, Hampton. You know, and to have an almost 300-yard passing game and a loss, you got to feel like, geez, I'm doing everything I can here.
And here's the other thing. You know, besides the fake, but as far as protecting the football, which is one of their keys, because they had 9 fumbles and 7 interceptions coming in tonight that Charlotte, they protected the football tonight.
Yep, they did. Hand off to Gainey. Breaks through a little bit here, and the time's going to wind down. And North Texas was trailing at one point, 17-7. Completely flipped the script, and that man, Drew Mestemaker, with a record night, 608 passing yards, new North Texas record, and also in the American as Coach Morris and Coach Albin shake hands. And the Mean Green goes to 7-1 with a 54-20 win here tonight.
Yeah, a little sloppy early, you would say, for North Texas, but they got going, and they got going in a hurry in that second half. It's an explosive offense. You know, if you watch this game, you know why they lead the nation in points in a game, and they bettered that average of 45. They just knocked it up a little bit, but yeah, just a tremendous effort, and they did what they needed to do. Win, keep pace in the American, because it's going to be a wild and fun ride here at this back end of the season in the American Conference.
Well, and North Texas does what they do, and they've been doing it all season, scoring points. 54. That's the fourth time this year they've scored over 50 points. That ties the record from way back in 1951. Speaking of records, we got the record holder with us, Drew Mestemaker. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations. How do you describe your career-making performance in this one here tonight?
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, just going out there and I don't know. I didn't even know it happened, honestly. We just got towards the end, and, you know, our coaches said, we're going to get you in there, and you're going to break the record and then get out. And so that's what I did. I guess the coaches just trusted me to distribute the ball, and that's what we did.
Drew, congratulations on the record and then the performance tonight, getting this win. Eric Morris, your coach, talk about the relationship with him. He's a head coach, but he also calls the plays, kind of like a quarterback whisperer where you know who he's coached in the past. Talk about that relationship.
I mean, I am so grateful that he's my coach. I'm so grateful that he took a chance on me and gave me an opportunity. And, you know, every day I'm thankful for that, and every day I'm thankful that, you know, I get to be out here living my dream.
Drew, it's fun watching you play. Congratulations and all the best the rest of the season.
Thank you all.
And that's going to do it for us. Great to be with you, partner.
Still alive in the American. That's the biggest thing for North Texas.
Thanks to our statistician, Matt Siegel, spotter Lee Torman, and our producer, Waz, our director, Eric Swearingen, with Wayne Begley. I'm Mike Corey, and thanks to Rainey and Golia. Now to Montana, Sacramento State, Chucky Kemp and Darius Walker.